people? Oh yes, we're doing that podcast thingy. Okay, right, I'm Jan.
I'm Sharon.
And we're menopausal friends living here in France, and we plan to share with you our lives,
Loves.
and laughter, as the saying goes.
There's always lots of that.
We'll be discussing many subjects and also just being us. Enjoy!
Woohoo!
Okay, we're back.
Hello.
Welcome to our newest podcast, which is obviously not weekly anymore.
It's wherever the fancy takes us.
Exactly. I can't remember. Oh, we discussed politics last time, didn't we? And the camera overheated.
Right.
Hopefully it won't overheat again this time. But what we're going to do is do a bit of recording, give the camera time to cool down, have some lunch like we normally do. Right, okay.
You need to say we're in your lovely garden.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but we're actually in the garden. We thought while the weather's good, we'll make the most of it. Which might not be so good, because if the sun does get on the camera, it may overheat. Anyway, so Sharon, what week have you had?
This week,
Well, actually more than a week, isn't it?
yes.
Obviously.
Shall we go back to when we went to the UK
Let's
again?
go back in time.
Because we got the ferry over to the UK, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago?
Yep. And I'm not sure whether you will have seen the video by now or not, but yeah.
We took a giant stuffed hare with us.
Yes, we did.
You can put the picture on of that if you like.
I'll slot in the hair in the car seat.
We nearly took Marco with us, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because he got in my car at the last minute and I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, Sharon's come round to pick me up. Said, I nearly bought Marco. Oh, can you imagine if we'd have got to the ferry though and then found he was there?
I know. It's only because he came and sat on my shoulder that I realised he was there.
Oh,
He's a little bugger.
all that driving all the way back, new ferry, everything it would have been, wouldn't it? Yeah.
But yes, we went to see
Is it family?
family and I saw some friends while I was over as well, which was lovely.
Yeah, you did a lot of outings, didn't you?
Yes,
Really?
I did. I had lots of lunches.
No, I didn't.
So
I
it's
just
good
had
fun.
lunch. I had obviously lunches with the family, so that was nice. But it's always, I think, quite a challenge anyway. Every time I go to actually get to see everybody.
Yes.
Every time I say, can I have one day where everybody's together? And they did plan to do that, but I managed to get the three daughters in one place together. But my son Alan couldn't join us, so yet again I didn't get everybody together. But it was, it's still, we had a good laugh, and yes, the same. It's always quite hard work, but enjoyable at the same time, because families are.
I can only get two in.
You can only fit, because they're too far apart, aren't they?
Yeah, I'd already seen Fee in Manchester though, so
Yeah.
I saw Callum in Brighton, Callum and Daisy, and I stayed with Isla and Marley for the week in Catford, South East London.
Yeah. Anybody that doesn't know where Catford is wonder why she just done that, but yeah.
South East London.
Yeah.
Which was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you did go to see Callum in Brighton as well, yeah.
Yes.
Said, so
and I went up the.
what is that called?
I think it's called something Brighton 360. I think it might be called.
And it's
You
just
get 360.
almost like the London Eye. It's just the thing you go on for a viewpoint.
Yes. So it's a
Right.
big long pole and a donut goes up the middle, and you've got 360 view of Brighton.
Right.
Nice chairs to sit on inside, little cafe inside. It's quite pleasant, but it goes the speed of the London Eye, so it's very slow. It's not scary or anything, but it was good fun.
Yeah, because you're not really one for rides, are you?
No.
So it'd have to be slow, really.
No.
Can you imagine if that did go fast?
Well, I don't think they're going up. I think if it just dropped down.
Yeah, and you'd hit the ceiling.
And his stomach's still up the top somewhere.
Yeah.
But no, that was quite fun.
Yeah, and we sort of did mainly walk in shops and things, and obviously family was still working. Those that are working.
You've got a lot of grandchildren to get through as well.
Yes, and I was sort of bed hopping.
Yes.
My children called me Cinderella this time, because I kept sort of, how did you sleep this time? Oh, not so bad. What did you sleep this time? Well, it wasn't very good.
Do you mean
Eventually.
Goldilocks?
What did I say?
Cinderella. I thought perhaps you were going off to the
It
ball.
was Goldilocks,
Yes,
wasn't it? Because I
yeah.
said that to April. I think I got it wrong. Anyway, yes, Goldilocks and,
Yes.
and her beds. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I think the best bed, unfortunately, although my eldest daughter's bed was pretty comfortable, the best one was at the Airbnb. But that was okay until the morning we had to leave.
Yes.
Do you remember I sent you a message? I don't know if you got it in time though, but I was woken up in the morning by his computer because his office was next to the bedroom I was staying in, and an alarm kept going off every 5 seconds. I counted because it was starting to drive me mad. It was just a doo-doo, you know, his computer alerts come up, doo-doo. And I thought, oh, it's all right, I'll come and turn it off in a minute. He didn't, and I thought, has he set this up because he wants to make sure I get up early and get out? So I was getting a little bit wound up. And I thought, well, then I thought, no sign of him. Maybe he's not here. Maybe he's just gone out and I'll just go when I'm ready. In the end, I couldn't take it anymore. And I had at least an hour before you were coming to pick me up. So I was trying to see if you were able to come any sooner, wouldn't I? But obviously it didn't get to you in time. And I decided to go in the cafe around the corner, which ended up being a very pleasant way to end, because I had a really nice hot chocolate and this huge... You'll see in the video, nice huge almond croissant, but it was
I'm licking my lips. I don't like almond croissants.
No, but you like croissants.
I like hot chocolate.
But they were so fresh, you know, when they crumbly. I made such a mess on that table when I cut into that, but yeah, no, it was lovely. And there was no Wi-Fi, which was a bit frustrating because you don't go many places where there's no Wi-Fi now. But I look at it that they wanted you to have a quiet time, so I just got my word search out, so I was lucky I had that with me. I would have been a little bit bored on my own, but no, it's really nice. Again, you've seen the photos on the video, but just a nice ambience to that little cafe. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so that was good. And then obviously that's when you drove us back.
Yes, I drove
to
back.
the ferry. Really nice crossings we had, didn't we?
Yeah, very, very calm. It's a quick crossing.
Quick crossing.
A quick crossing.
Yeah,
from
crossing. Yeah.
Dover to Calais. It's only an hour and a half, isn't it?
I think it was. Yeah. But when you look at it, apparently it's nearly 2 hours according to when you Google it.
Oh, I think the Dunkirk one's a little bit longer, but yeah, that's easy enough. And then drive back. We just did crosswords and general knowledge quizzes, didn't we?
And that makes the time go quicker, doesn't it? Doing that.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah. So. But going out, we were trying to play cards, weren't we? And it was getting to you a bit, wasn't it? We had to stop
and start to feel a bit.
Yeah.
So no, I couldn't do that. It's anything I have to look at. It's that kind of, because it's you say travel sickness or car sickness. It's motion sickness, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's when your eyes are trying to look at something still. And everything around you's moving. It doesn't. So that's why I can't read or anything on there. So it's weird.
I was going to say, but with cards, at least you can always be looking up. But you could do that.
Yeah, it doesn't make
any
difference.
Whatever you're doing. Yeah.
It's so annoying.
I wonder how much is it psychological? Do you think, or do you think it? I have no idea, because I mean I've had it in the past.
Yeah.
And I do know certain times if I'm on a boat, I'll look down and I'll suddenly go, ooh. So it does affect me, but only nothing like you.
No, I've had it since I was a small child.
Yeah, well, I used to hate going on buses and coaches because that always used to make me
worse. They're always stuffy, and that always makes. Well, look what it was like in Italy on the.
That taxi.
The journey back to.
Yeah.
Where were we going back to? Where did we fly back?
We were
from?
going back to Napoli to get the plane, wasn't it? We flew back from Napoli.
Yeah.
But it was
there was
lots of windy roads, and I just keep feeding you sweets, didn't I? Just
lemon
to keep you going.
Trying to stop it.
Yeah, it's always something to think about when we go anywhere. If Sharon's in our car, generally I get in the back and you sit in the front. But I'm surprised that's changed actually, because I used to be the same in the back. I couldn't travel in the back either.
A lot of people it does wear off. I mean, mine is less severe than it was when I was a kid.
Yeah,
couldn't go anywhere. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I did. I've told the London Palladium story before, haven't I? Where we went to the London Palladium for the Christmas.
The Panto.
I think it was the Plumstead Radical Club used to organise.
Oh yeah.
Someone was a member, so.
Yeah, because I remember saying we might have even gone to the same one back then when we didn't know each other.
And my nan had knitted me It was like a peachy, flecky knitted, and it had those loopy things around, and I had a cape.
Oh right, okay.
And I wore it to the Christmas panto and threw up all over it on the way there.
Nice.
That my poor mum had to sit next to me
Oh,
through the panto.
Oh, can you imagine?
Thinking.
I bet it stunk, yeah.
Oh, I always remember that cape fondly, though. I think I had did I have a muff or matching gloves, I think? No, that's
really?
a mitten, isn't it?
That's a glove. Right.
That's a mitten.
Yes. Yeah, should have realised that.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought you was doing something about size. Yeah.
No, mittens.
Mittens. Yes, I mean, this podcast could end up with us just catching up, really, because we've had lots of things going on.
And separately, because then when you come back, you've been for apéros, haven't you?
Yes, went for apéros with one of the neighbours, Christelle, and Sharon. You were invited, weren't you? But you was busy. Or you were going to be away at a jazz thing.
I was going to be away at the jazz festival. But
yes, but
we
circumstances.
we had to cancel that because poor Jackie's mum's very ill.
Yeah, so that. But you still had friends staying with you, so
yes,
you still stayed there.
And it was the Olympic opening ceremony.
Yes,
as
well. We went for these apéros with Natalie, Leon, and Marilyn, who is actually Leon's niece. So there was 5 of us, and they'd laid the table out for Sharon as well, because I'd forgot to tell them that she wasn't coming. But it didn't make too much difference, although there was probably that bit more food than
you ate for me, didn't you?
And she had the TV on, which is quite a small room, and this big TV, and it was over the table that we're eating. So sort of sitting there looking at the opening ceremony. I think she put it on. I don't know whether it was because she wanted to see it or because she thought we might want to. But in the end, I was quite glad because, it was the language, the firing French all over the place. I was getting quite frustrated. That's where Duncan is very lucky because although he did get lost on certain bits of conversation, but most of the time he can tune in.
It's the speed
I don't know what
of it, isn't it?
It's when they talk to you individually, they seem to talk clearer.
Yes.
But as soon as they start talking amongst
Between
themselves,
it's
so hard to keep up.
Yeah.
So if you'd have been there, I'd have just thought, we might as well talk amongst ourselves, because it would have been easier. But so I was a little bit frustrated. And in some ways it might have been better because she was hoping that we'd go outside, but it absolutely chucked it down, didn't it? Because even the opening ceremony...
Oh yes, it was raining in Paris as well.
It was absolutely chucking it down with rain. It was pouring. So... I think out there I might have just got up and had a wander around the garden if I didn't understand what was going on. But no, we were blessed that we are invited and that we're included. So it's nice that we do. But then the next day we went bowling because it was like a belated birthday celebration
for Natalie and Duncan.
For Natalie and Duncan's, and Natalie suggested it because I think she's working each weekend either side, or they went to see family for the birthday weekend.
That's right, they weren't here birthday weekend.
Yeah, so we went bowling, and it was very quiet bowling. I was really surprised how quiet it was, but also so muggy where the storm was brewing, wasn't it? And needless to say, I lost both games. Whether that's my fault because I go expecting to lose, I don't know.
I'm not very good at it. It hurts my back as well. Used to hurt my knees, now it hurts my back.
No, I'm not too bad with the back, and I don't think my technique's the problem. And I even try to do like they say when you do darts, don't they? They say to look at where you need to throw it. Oop, well, that was. We want to throw it, and it's supposed to go there. I think that worked twice. But no, my scores were very low. And Natalie's technique is always hilarious because she doesn't really throw it. She just sort of more or less lets it fall off her hands, so it goes directly down. And it's still, we just watched, it's really funny because it goes really slow and we just wait for it to reach there. And the first go she did, she got a strike. I couldn't believe it.
Oh dear.
So funny. So she didn't lose, and she's got that awful technique, if you want to call it that. Yeah, Leon won and Duncan was second. And yeah, so that was good. And then we had a meal afterwards in Laval next door, and that was wonderful. The people were lovely, food was lovely. Evening meals are always more expensive, aren't they? But it was worth it. It was such lovely food.
I'll have to think about going there one day.
Yeah, no, we've got to get an excuse, some reason to celebrate and to go. Yeah, it looks very small from the outside, but it's just really nice. It's called it's L apostrophe La Romance. I think it's how they say it, but it looks like La Romance. So I guess I just call it La Romance, obviously. But that was good. So yeah. So what else have we done? Oh, because since then you've been to
Nantes.
You've been to Nantes to the Olympic
Football.
Olympic football game. Yeah,
Which was great fun.
and it was very hot, wasn't it?
Well, it's been hot.
We've had a few days, have we?
Yeah.
Quite hot for us.
Yeah, high
Anybody in
30s.
America's probably thinking high 30s. That's nothing.
Yeah. But it was very humid as well, wasn't it? Which made it worse, I think. So it was a bit of a struggle. So we went to Nantes the night before, found a nice Italian restaurant. We ordered like a platter for two to share between the three of us. But there was so much food. We left loads of pizza dough.
What sort of food do they put on a plateau then? Just
it was the meats, and the mozzarella on that platter was the most delicious mozzarella. It melted in my mouth. It was gorgeous. I did say at one stage, perhaps they make their own and they've got a buffalo out the back.
Yeah, because it's that fresh. Yeah,
it's gorgeous, and some salad and some giant. What's the tiny little green things that look like pips?
Capers.
Yes, giant capers. We thought they were olives, and they were like giant. They were gorgeous.
I remember remember them. I hadn't tried them before, and you remember Alison that gave me the rose. She asked when she knew we were going to Italy, that our first time, she asked us to get some, and we hunted for them, and you get them fresh in like fresh, but the vacuum packed.
Oh right.
So we bought them back for her. Yeah, so it always makes me think of her.
Yeah, and not anchovies. Something else begin with A. Not aubergine, not anchovy. What's the other thing? We get them in jars quite often.
I was just about to say olives. To begin with A.
Olives.
Olives, yeah. A.
I'm sure it's A.
Are you sure it's just not anchovies?
No, it's like little artichokes.
Oh, yeah, so I'm not keen on. Well, they're all right,
but we had that, and we'd also ordered a main meal, and it was too much after this platter, really. So I didn't even have a pudding, Jan.
What?
I know, I was that full. Didn't have a pudding. Anyway, that was the first night. Second day, the match wasn't till 5 o'clock. So we found a decathlon. Julie got some new shorts. I found a few bits. And then we went back. We had to change our tops because we were soaking
so
wet.
Hot, yeah.
And then we went to the footy, which was really good. I think it's non-FC, their stadium, football stadium. I did,
because I was trying to find out which game you were watching.
Oh, right.
So I did go through, because the same day another game was on in Bordeaux. That's how I realised that they were in different places. But yeah, I didn't realise that. I thought they were all just going to be in the same stadium.
No.
I suppose it'd take too long, wouldn't it, to do it that way?
Yeah, spread them out a bit.
Yeah.
Yes, so that was really good. It was Japan, Nigeria. Japan, a very good team. Nigeria, and
it was a women's team, wasn't
it? Women's
yeah,
football.
I didn't realise that until I looked it up.
Women's footy. So Japan are very good. Nigeria, I think they're African champions, but they've lost all their matches in the Olympics. But it was great atmosphere. The stadium was only half full, but again it was very, very hot. Max had to go and sit up in the shade a couple of times because it was just
got too much.
And the seats were quite small, so once it kicked off and we realised
they looked like they were the plastic seats as well, which is not going to help, is it?
No. Once it kicked off and we realised it wasn't full, we kind of spread out behind each other. So
yeah, because in the pictures it looked very sparse, the amount of people
the
there.
pictures I took were quite before it.
Oh, they were on early on, but
yeah, but it wasn't It's no more than half full, I would have said.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was good, and the Japanese supporters were fantastic. There were a group of guys behind me. You can use that little video if you want. Shouting, Nippon, Nippon.
Yeah.
And then there were, Allez, Japonais.
Yeah.
And they had guys dressed up that were like cheerleaders. And yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah, you said it was a good atmosphere.
Yeah, it was a good atmosphere. And Japan won 3-1.
3-1,
so
yeah. I did
goals,
that's as much
nice.
as I did, because all the coverage for all the games and everything, it's very sparse. It's mainly covered if France are included, isn't it?
Yes.
Which is fair enough, because I think it was the same when we was in UK. They would mainly cover.
Yeah, I mean the BBC
it's difficult
mainly
to cover the whole thing.
You just can't mainly cover in British athletes. But no, it was good fun, and at least you think, oh well, I've done something as part of the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
obviously, whereas that didn't bother me and Duncan.
No.
we watched the ceremony sort of, but that, I mean, going back to that, the ceremony, and it was so sad, the fact it was so wet.
Yes.
And I just felt really gutted for them, because the rain was just bouncing off of the stages and stuff, because it was so bad.
There was some dancing and somersaulting. I thought, oh my God, someone's going to break an ankle.
How did they not fall over?
And it was just like a lake underneath them, you know, very slippy.
And the bizarre thing was, I know everybody, they'll try to be different, and they do something different. Whether it would have been any better if it was sunny or not, I don't know. But it still doesn't take away the fact that all the entertainment was so spread out everywhere. So not everybody could see everything.
No.
So I don't think that was a wise move myself.
I think well, it was bold, wasn't it? And I think the boats going up the Seine with all the competitors was good and unusual. But there were only people they were like in grandstands on the Seine, weren't they?
Yeah.
But then a lot of individual entertainment was taking place on various bridges.
Somebody said there was 4 spots where the entertainment was happening.
Okay, it felt like more when we were watching it.
Yeah, it did.
It was still, and everybody loved Celine Dion at the end, didn't they?
And she was incredible. And people, all we've had on Instagram has been Celine Dion little videos where people have been seeing her while she's been in Paris.
Yes,
and I think you said, didn't you, that she apparently was on a high dose of medication to get through it, because poor lady's not good. So and her passion is to sing, so she just put up with the pain anyway to do it, because she must have still been in some pain. Because I don't know if anybody saw the documentary. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it. I would like to see it.
It was just so sad. I mean, obviously it's weird to see, because obviously in the video or documentary, she's not wearing makeup, because she's just relaxed at home, and she's just very sad about her illness and the fact, obviously, her husband died not too long ago.
No, stiff body syndrome.
Stiff. It is stiff body or stiff human. No, it's stiff body, I think. But yeah, and right, sort of near to the end of it, she's gone to see the physio or whatever, and he was working on her feet and everything. And I'd looked away talking to my daughter, because we both decided we'd sit and watch it. I think my daughter thought it was going to be a lot of singing and that, because she likes. She knows I like Celine Dion, wanted to do something with me as well, and because it turned out to be this documentary, and we turned away, and April went, "What's happening?" And when you look, she was having one of these, like it's almost like an epileptic seizure, but she just couldn't move. She couldn't shut her eyes, couldn't do anything, and yet but she was crying because the tears were rolling down, and it must have been so scary for her. I don't know if that's the first episode she'd had, it didn't really say, but they actually just keep pumping her with some, I suppose, relaxant or something.
That's what I think. It's like a Valium, isn't it?
And that sort of give her that, and after that, I'm sure it was the same day, she still wanted to try doing some singing. She just keeps pushing herself just to, she said, I'm not happy with it, and I'm not giving up, it's my life. And
especially since she's lost her husband.
What a woman.
They never had kids.
Yeah, but there's 2. I can't remember if they're twins or whether they're just 2 boys. I can't remember now. But yes, they were in the documentary for some of the time.
Okay.
But I don't know whether they went somewhere else, but they suddenly weren't there. So whether they go boarding school or something like that. She was in the house quite a lot on her own. But yeah, so it was good to see her singing though, and I think everybody appreciated that. I've not really there's not as usually always some negative comments, isn't there? But I haven't seen any. I think she did really well.
No, she did really well.
But yeah, other than that, as you all know, Sharon's much more into sport than me, so you've been watching
wall to wall
loads. Yeah, loads. We've just had it on in the background. I've just glanced and seen a bit of badminton, swimming, tiny bit of judo. What was this today? I can't even remember.
BMX. Did you watch the?
Yes, we did see some of the BMX.
Incredible. Coming off a really high slope.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? The British
the
girls
turns
really...
and the flips and ridiculous.
Oh, you were watching the. Yeah, there's been 2 events. There's the
it's like
the
what do they call it? Like
it's
the
like a
slalom thing.
Yes,
as a race, and the thing where they go up the slopes. They was incredible, just unbelievable.
Yeah, we watched the racing last night.
And the only race I watched, I think I said to you, we watched the women's one. And I mean, I just still think every time Dunk talks about going on his bike in the woods, it worries the life out of me.
I don't think he's going to be doing that.
I don't think he'll go today. No, he might think he can, but he won't be doing that.
They look so tiny, don't they? Because there's big men on these tiny bikes.
Yeah,
as if they
do look like they borrowed the brothers. They're like baby brother's bike. Yeah, yeah. It's.
But we watched the tennis last night, and Andy Murray lost.
Oh, did he?
In the quarterfinals, so that's the end of his career.
So
now.
he said he'd retired, didn't he?
So he was crying. Dan Evans was crying.
Oh.
Oh God, the commentator's name's gone out of my head now. The main woman who does it. She was crying.
Right. Okay.
So it was a lot of tears. There's a load of Olympic stuff.
Oh,
Claire Balding.
Claire Balding. Yes.
Silly one.
Oh,
anyway,
right, so she did it. Okay.
Yeah, she lost it as well. She wasn't even at the tennis. She was at the swimming.
Oh. Well, it's because it's a double whammy, isn't it?
Yeah.
He'd lost and he's retiring. And he's a lovely man. Yeah, it's
and
a
at
shame.
one stage, she just went very quiet, and I thought the other 2 presenters, which didn't say anything, so obviously they're looking at their script thinking Claire should be speaking right now, and then they realised she was welling up and couldn't speak, and then you just see this hand from a producer or something coming with a couple of tissues.
Oh,
bless her. But the athletics have started now, so it's even more exciting.
Yeah, see, Dunk's not interested in that at all. No, not the athletics. The what's the bits where they do the somersaults? Gymnastics. Yeah, he's not got any interest in that.
Athletics have started. So
athletics can be quite exciting.
Decathlon was on this morning.
Yeah, see, I can't remember. There was something on last night, and Dunk said, "See, this doesn't interest me." I thought,
the silly walks was on.
Yeah, that he just. I said, the thing is, I admire all of them because they're doing something I could never do.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But some of it does seem silly. Why have they got to do a silly walk and a?
Oh, you're talking about the gymnastics now?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, every time
you're talking about the fast walk,
yes.
but I have to do a... Yes. There is a name for that, isn't there?
Silly walk, yeah.
Yeah, not a silly walk. What's it called?
Just walking, I think.
There's a name for the fast walk with the wiggle. Can't think of that either. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen.
Silly wiggle walk.
Yeah.
No, every time... Because Max and Julie stayed till last night, but every time either of us got up to do anything, we were like... finishing our routine.
Should have done a little leap, yeah. Keep your feet together.
I went up the stairs like this.
Yeah. No, they's daft sometimes, but also amazing.
Yes.
They're just even doing the what's the horse thing?
The vault or the pommel. The vault's where they just jump up and somersault. The pommel is where it's got the rings on the top and then they swirl.
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Their legs go.
Yeah.
Like that. Imagine that was my legs.
That was. It's like, okay. Yeah, no, they're all... Yeah, I couldn't sit there too long. I'm more likely to watch, as I always... If I'm going to watch anything, it's going to be the finals. But the only thing is with the Olympics, it's all the way along. So we've seen quite a lot of rowing.
Yes.
And another... we did actually catch some of the shooting. What's it called? Is it the ball... Something or other shooting?
Oh, we won a gold medal.
Ball and trap. And it was someone from Chatham.
From Chatham?
The one who got the gold was from Chatham, where my daughter lives.
Well,
I think Krista messaged is someone from Chatham. She's just got the gold medal. We really.
Well, the triathlete guy as well, Alex Yeh, he's from Lewisham.
That triathlon. I saw the women's. That was.
Annoyingly, I still haven't seen when because Alex Yeh just shot through at the end apparently. So I've not seen that yet. I haven't seen the swim up the Seine.
Oh, they're so hard. So
was there poo everywhere?
Well, this is it. People were moaning about that. It didn't look very nice, and because they get disorientated as well, don't they? Because they're doing these loops, and all of a sudden you see them following the one in front, and they're all going way off course. So that's find their way back again. So it's quite funny, but yeah, that's. Oh, I don't know how they do that, and then run to get on the bikes, and then I forget how far they have to go with the bikes. About four laps of some. I don't know what the distance is.
I don't know what the distances are.
And then they have to run after that.
Yeah.
I can't even run for a bus. Not that there are any buses here, but you know what I mean. Does put you to shame though. I mean, all right, yes, they're about 40 years younger than us, but all I'm hoping is that the wind isn't interfering with this.
There isn't any wind.
There has been a little bit, but it's so. To us, we can hardly feel it, but it might just blow past the microphone. That
happens sometimes when Fee rings me and we go shopping. Because they've got the headphones on, it's really quiet for them, but I can hear the outside noise. So then I can hear all the traffic, and Fee can't hear any of it. So she goes around with the headphones on, and everybody thinks she's talking to herself. Oh, but everybody does it. Yeah, everybody does it. I know, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, you just see people like that all the time. Yeah. It's like going to a silent disco sort of thing, isn't it? I love those. I'd love to do one, I must admit. I've not been to one. Have you been to a silent disco? You're waiting for me. As usual, the camera overheated. Surprise. So obviously we used the excuse to have our lunch. We did. Very nice, thank you. So, have you had any dreams recently that are worth mentioning? They usually are. Yes, I can't remember which one I last did. Neither can I. Did I say about the writing group argument? No. This was a dream? Yeah, this is a really quick one. I was in a writing group with the author of a book we were reading. Some kind of argument ensued, and I stabbed him with a sword through a hole in the door. No, you half mentioned it when we was on our walk. Oh, right. That you got this dream to talk about stabbing someone through a hole in the door. So that was that one. That was that one. Okay. This was actually last night. I was working in a building I used to work in New Cross. Work again? Yeah, I still work. How long have I been retired? 12 years. Yeah. Still dreaming about work. Awful. Couldn't find my desk. There'd been some riots nearby, but that I might have held on to that from watching the news last night. Yeah. I also had a terrible cold. What, in the dream or? In the dream. I was going to say, because that's gone now, I can't hear it. In the dream. Then a new lady started and rearranged everything. I walked into a different office and it was now grey caves. So not like a natural cave, but cave shaped, but almost like a cement or a grey plaster. Right. Yeah. She decided we should empty an old people's home. What, just chuck the people out? No, we sent some small barges with inflatable bubbles on the top on a upriver to fetch them. It is worrying, isn't it? The imagination when you go to sleep. They were a bit like those globe things people camping. You walk in. Oh, stuff. Right, not the ones you walk in on water. I was thinking you say globe. Similar kind of thing. Yeah, that kind of shape. But they were on top of these boats, and we sent a load up this. That sort of bubble. Yes. So that makes sense, because I was thinking you meant like bubbles you blow, and I'm thinking, well, what's that got to do with getting furniture? No, it's the old people we were moving, not the furniture. Oh yeah, so I'm confused already. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We were bringing the old people back in these barges with these. And this dream didn't finish, so we got no conclusion to this one. We don't know. No, I think I woke up and they were still heading up river to collect them. So perhaps tonight I'll go back. You might be able to pick up. You never know. And they'll be back down the river. Yeah. Yeah. No idea where that come from. Who can tell? Yeah.
Anyway, what else have we been doing? Oh, we've had a couple of walks, haven't we, recently?
Yeah, some different ones. They've been nice.
Yeah, because the weather's been quite warm. We've been trying to, dry for starters, but trying to walk somewhere different to our normal walk, because we could have more time to do it rather than just think, oh, it might rain in an hour, let's just do the local loop. But we've done a couple. They're on video. One was to a Maison du Parc in Carouge, where the chateau is.
Yes.
Again, won't go too much into that, but that was a nice stroll, wasn't it? Really
it was nice. It was nice weather.
Nice weather, nice. And we, on the way back, which doesn't get shown in the video, we decided we'd try and pick up some lunch from the boulangerie, and we were tempted. Well, look, as we always have good intentions. We start off, we'll have a look at these sandwiches. They look nice. Then we look to the right, and you said to me, because they were like half baguettes with a hot dog in. It was quite long.
It was that long.
Sharon said, "Should we share one of those?" And
you didn't sound very keen.
I wasn't keen on sharing because they did look good. But in fact, we should have only had half each because they were huge.
Yeah.
And then she said, "Do you want it hot or cold?" Basically, show off one. And so we said, "Show." And so she put it in the oven and seemed to forget about us, didn't she? Because when I went back in for them, and he went, "Oh, désolé," went and got them, and they were like really hard on. But we managed. We had a good teeth in.
Oh God, yeah.
So we had that, and then we'd also decided, because she said, "Would you like to have the menu?" Which included a drink and a cake, didn't it?
Yeah.
And we chose the was it Saint Honoré, wasn't it? Saint Honoré.
Honoré, yes.
Which is like two choux buns, one on top of the other. There's one that's called Religieuse, isn't it? I think it was next to it, and there was this like custardy thing and all that, which is really nice. But this looked really nice because it had like caramel on it, and I'm thinking, well, that was a challenge, wasn't it?
That was a challenge for the teeth.
There was 3 profiteroles, if you want to what they looked like really, and they'd put caramel on them, and the caramel had gone.
But they were like discs of caramel, a bit like just spun sugar, really.
Yeah, well, they were discs that had moulded themselves round the profiterole ball, shoe bun, whatever you want to call it. But it was quite thick, wasn't it? And it had gone really hard.
It was just like, if you do it yourself, if you just have you done that, put sugar in a pan, and it goes like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. It was a bit of a challenge. It could have been a bit thinner. I think it would have been slightly better. We managed it, of course.
Yeah, we did.
But the same, so we had a crusty roll and a crusty cake, but they were both delicious.
I think my jaw was a bit sore when I got home. I think at one stage I put one of the whole discs in my mouth. I don't know if I thought I was going to melt it.
You did. I don't know what. Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't move.
Yeah, they're not. I wouldn't have it again, I don't think.
Oh, I would.
Would you? Even with all that hard?
I really enjoyed it.
It was just so hard. I just thought it was unnecessary on a cake.
Yeah, but it's still delicious. Caramel,
sugary we got stuff. There. And I think I was picking the caramel out of my teeth probably for a few hours. But so that was that day. Not an awful lot in the town, was there? We did get there on market day, so we had a quick look at the market.
Yes.
I'm trying to think what was the other walk? We did another walk recently.
Mont d'Avalois.
Oh, Mont d'Avalois. Yes.
Avalois.
Which is, it's in the middle of we go through the forest. You go through the forest to get to it, but it's a viewpoint basically, and it's up a really 400-foot high tower.
Yes.
With a disc, if you like, on the top that you can stand up there, and all around it. It's probably like that in a lot of viewpoints, but it's got everywhere marked that you can see at each point, which was quite surprising.
And some places we couldn't see, but like London and Berlin.
Yeah,
couldn't actually see
it was just that direction. Couldn't actually see them, but
nope.
No, exactly. But that just made a nice change, didn't it? We did come back down the steps and try and find somewhere to walk, which we couldn't see a path, and we didn't, we don't like walking mountains, and so we got back in the car, and as we were driving off somewhere else, we decided to. We spotted, didn't we, a path that we could have took, but we decided to keep going.
Yeah.
So we said, we had shopping to do, didn't we, I think?
Yes, we went shopping afterwards.
And the good intentions were to do a little bit of shopping and to actually walk somewhere else. But the car just took us home. It just decided we wasn't going to walk.
It did.
Which is bad, because I've just been on the scales today and I could do with losing at least, hang on, what is it, 2 kilograms. I could do with losing, get down to the one that I hover on, which I'm quite happy at that.
Okay.
But what do you think? A year ago I was I was 8 kilogram less than that. You just don't notice it happen, do you? It's so frustrating.
We were talking about this again, obviously, while we were away, and he said, "You can't. You either give up and don't diet, and I've tried that, and I just get bigger. I don't stop at the weight.
No,
I haven't got portion control or willpower." Or you accept that whatever diet you go on, if you're successful on it, you have to eat like that for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And every time I've done that and been successful, I always think, well, I can do this. It's a way of life, and I'll do it.
It's not that
but
easy.
then something happens, doesn't it? Whether you go on holiday or something else, it just suddenly takes you totally off track, and it's so hard to get back on again.
Yes. It's a bit like, obviously it's not as extreme, but well, can have the same health difficulties, but alcoholics who stay off for ages, and then they think, I could just have a glass of wine like anybody else can, and then they can't get back off, and it's a similar kind of, I don't know if it is addiction. I mean, some of it's sugar addiction, but then our friend Max doesn't consume sugar. No. And she's still struggling with her weight, isn't she? So it's not always that simple, is it?
It's definitely, obviously, well, some people would argue it, usually the slimmer people, but it's got to be age related a lot of the time.
Yes.
But it's such a vicious circle, because
you have to fly now,
because
it's on your shoulder.
You lose the weight, then you feel like you've got enough energy to do the exercise, but then when it starts to go back on again, you need to do the exercise to get rid of it, but
you haven't got the energy levels.
You haven't got the energy levels to do it. Oh, it's so hard.
And it's hard because we're older. When I was younger, I could just not eat for a day and lose 2 pounds.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen anymore.
Well, I'm still doing the fasting, and that really doesn't bother me not to have breakfast. So I feel like I'm still helping myself by not doing that, because that's that amount of calories less. But mind you, they do say sometimes to come off the fasting and then go back on it to give it a kick start, but that's dangerous, isn't it? Because you think, I could just have breakfast again, but it doesn't bother me enough to warrant doing that.
No, I've got out of the habit of it, and I don't feel hungry till lunchtimes now. I don't know if it does me any good, because I'm still gaining weight. I think
it's a lot of it's inactivity. Is that a word? Have I made another word up, or is that
No, that's a real one,
Jan. Oh my God, I used a real one.
A real one. In the right context and everything.
I've got myself. That's really thrown me now, because I did but why did I say it? I can't remember where I was going.
Because we need to be more active.
Yeah, because we do need to be more active. But I don't think I'm sedentary.
No.
So,
no, we're not. Well, it just shows on Tuesday, when I was out with Max and Julie, and we did about 13,500 steps. I was tired, but I was fine the next day, because we do walk, and I do swim, and we do chair fit when it's on. Julie never walks. Julie's active, because she still works.
Yeah, but it's the same with Duncan.
Yeah, they don't walk.
He's ridiculously fit for most things, and can when he works, he doesn't walk, he runs, and all of that. But when it comes to walking,
it's funny, isn't it? Different muscle sets.
But for some reason he can ride a bike, or at least he could last time he actually did it. He said, I can ride a bike and not have any problem, whereas walking really he can't do it.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
I mean,
Max and Julie were quite done in the following day, where I was like, I'm a bit achy, but I'm all right. It was just a little bit more walking than I would normally do, rather than never do anything like that. I think we were doing that every day in Italy, weren't we?
I know. we wouldn't have seen anything if we hadn't have done that. You'd done, we'd have.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not sure I could do that
just in my
every day
head,
now.
I'm thinking, oh, why did we do it? But it's because we wanted to see stuff. If we hadn't, you know, it was tiring.
I'm growing my hair long.
Yeah, you're giving up on the short hair at the minute, aren't you? It's
Look
gone
at
it's gone
this.
over the ears, Sharon.
Normally, look, that's a good. Well, how much is that?
Well, it's about 2 inches,
yeah.
Whereas I quite like mine long, but because it's been shaped, and then yours was shaped really. But
at one stage it had a shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not anymore.
But I mean, I've lost my shape. It's gone. It's going. It's growing
yeah.
into a bob again. So I'm going next week to get it shaped.
I've decided I'm going to try and grow a plait for my 70th.
Keep watching to find out if this happens.
Because normally it gets to Jan's length, and I go, oh, I've taken it all off.
Yeah. But we haven't done much crafting because it's been stuff getting in the way and heat again.
Yes.
But, you know, everything seems to have stopped us. We did, so was it about
2 or 3 weeks ago?
We did do one little craft, didn't we? We made the things for the seats. Have you fixed yours, by the way?
No, I've got it with me today.
It might get done today. That is the neighbour's donkey, by the way.
Bless. Oh, I haven't been to see her for ages.
No. Yeah, so we made these things for the seat belts so they don't keep cutting into the neck.
And I noticed the difference not having mine driving.
Yeah, they do cut into it. I mean, I've been, because Duncan's been driving my car because it's been a problem with his. He's been driving and I've been on the side without the belt, and it drives me mad. I'm all the time holding it out like this.
Yeah.
So I was going to make 2 actually, one for each side. So I will do another one, I think, because when we get the new car, I'll put them straight on there straight away, unless the new car's got the adjustable height belts. Has it got it on yours?
I've never looked.
Sometimes on the side with the seat belts, you've got a thing like it's only about that much, but you can slide it down so that it sits down further and it doesn't cut into your neck.
I'll have a look later.
Yeah, you might have yours, but I'm not sure. Duncan's hasn't. Oh no, actually, Duncan's has. Mine definitely hasn't.
I wonder if mine will go down far enough though.
That's the point. But you can adjust your seat though, can't you? That will make any difference.
I think my seat's up anyway.
Logically up. In my head, I'm trying to think. So if bring that down, so it's the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
My seat's up.
But it still does it to you. Oh, okay.
A little short ass.
I have sat in cars before now that you can adjust it, and it's not been too bad.
You're a lot taller than me, Jan.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'8"-ish, I think. Or
Yeah.
I might have lost half inch. I might be 5'7.5".
Well, even so, you're a good 6 inches taller than me.
Yeah.
As we know, 6 inches goes a long way.
Every inch counts.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, so Duncan and I have been doing a lot of gardening.
You have, and it's looking beautiful.
And again, you'll see that in another video. But we've been tidying up, moving things, and the plans are for a water feature. You should be able to see just through there.
Yes.
We're going to put a pond in. Probably won't be till next year now, but it's getting there. We've definitely tidied it up. So it's.
Did we talk about my chickens? Because my chickens have yet another adjustment to their living conditions.
Yeah, so Duncan and Julie adjusted your chicken run, didn't they?
Yes, they've got a new roof on now. They've got a crinkly tin roof, which they're liking.
You still need to get a water butt, because that's going to be good for you to get water.
Yes, because I asked for it to be on a slope so that I can, because I've got nowhere to drain, because I haven't got building around me, have I? So only next door, and he's not going to let me use his water, is he? No. So I thought I could have a little slope on the chicken roof, and then have a bit of gully and a water butt. So that would be lovely.
Yeah.
But I think they're liking it.
I must admit, when I saw it, I thought it was going to be more sloped than it is. But a slope's a slope.
Yeah, it doesn't need anything more. Yeah.
And you've got a bit of apparatus in there for the chickens, but they're not using it, are they? So ungrateful.
I know, and I bought it for them last year, and then I told them they couldn't have it when they were misbehaving.
All right.
And digging up Paul's garden next door. And now I've given it to them, and they couldn't care less. I've put food on the top. It's got 3 steps up, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a little platform. And obviously it then come down. And it's got a swing underneath as well.
Oh, I didn't notice the swing.
Yeah. Has anyone been on it?
Nah. They just don't appreciate things, these chickens.
No, they don't.
Just why bother? I don't know.
They had more fun when I gave them the grass cuttings the other day. You could just put it in a pile.
Yeah.
And then they distribute it all around, don't they? You don't even have to...
We'll have to do a podcast in your garden so they can see your chickens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jackie and Susan. I nearly bought another one the other day.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yes.
Oh, was this the one with the fluffy feet or something?
Yes. Yeah. And it was black, and I haven't seen many black ones.
No, you don't actually.
And it was so sweet.
In this area, there seems to be a lot of the colour of the ones you've got.
Yeah, just
mine,
normal.
Mine also. I had one black one, didn't I?
Oh, you did have one.
I had a black one, a white one, and a ginger. Yeah.
But then yours were a bigger breed than mine.
Yeah. They were a different breed altogether. Yeah.
But then I thought, will it change all the dynamics between Jackie and Susan?
It could get attacked, couldn't it? That's it. But you'd have to take advice on that. But yeah, it's awkward, isn't it? I
mean, people with lots of chickens add to their chickens all the time, don't they? And their babies born and things, which I don't.
Yeah, I don't know how that would go.
No. Unless it was sweet.
Unless it... I don't know, I was going to say unless it depends if it's male or female or whatever, but you'd...
I think these were all female because they were layers. Yeah. They were advertising them as layers.
I mean, naturally, a male is supposed to protect the females, isn't it? If it was of that...
Yes. Yes, but then I'd have babies as well, wouldn't I?
You would. Unless you... That's the point, actually. Can you stop that happening anyway?
What, put them on the pill or something?
Can they go on the pill? Can it be neutered or something?
I don't
know. They've heard of that with chickens. They wouldn't, would they? No, surely not.
Don't think so. Don't think so.
Silly Jan.
He can go and have the chop.
Oh dear. Well,
there's always far too many cockerels, aren't there? Because you always see them advertised on Facebook.
Yeah, the
people don't
trying to give them away.
Yeah, people want even like half a dozen hens to every cockerel or something, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's the noise as well, isn't it? I mean, when you found you had males, you found that they were crowing or whatever they do in the mornings a bit too much, weren't they? So
yes,
and obviously not laying eggs.
They weren't laying eggs. No.
Strange that.
Very disappointing.
Yeah.
Why are they not laying eggs and making this cock-a-doodle-doo sound in the mornings?
Yeah.
Oh dear, lost in translation that one, wasn't it, Jan?
Okay, maybe we'd round it up today.
Yes.
Because it's just been us chatting about us this time.
I thought perhaps we could ask them for subjects they would like us to discuss.
We have asked before, if there's anything you'd like us to discuss.
Because we do run out of subjects, don't we?
Well, to be honest, we have got a list. I just can't remember everything that's on it. Because we waffle on so much just about our everyday.
We do waffle,
that takes up quite a lot of the video.
Yeah,
it is a video now, yes.
We do waffle. Waffle.
Anyway, we'll say goodbye for this time, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah,
bye.
Bye. It's getting very hot now, isn't it?